Hello there. Yes, thought I'd finished yesterday, but I've, being my usual picky self, I decided that I wasn't quite happy with the way that these paving slabs blended into the area. So I'm going to just going to add a little bit more static grass to blend it in a bit better. So it's kind of a retreating the area kind of thing going on. I've also missed off a Velux window from the roof, which is kind of important. So I'm just going to try and mask off this area because I don't want the grass going in the stream. I'll get up as best I can anyway. So I just put down a load of masking tape, and then I'm just going to add a bit more foliage into that area which I'd forgotten about completely. So I'll just put this bit of foliage down, and then I'll work on the Velux window. Then I can put it away. Right, so just going to use this static grass applicator. Hopefully I can avoid getting it in the river. Right, that should be enough. I'll just leave it for a moment or two and then I'll back it up. I'll go and do not the river, I'll go and do the Velux window whilst I'm waiting for glue to dry. Evening, Dave. Yeah, you thought I'd finished, didn't you? But I've missed one kind of major thing off, and I'm revisiting the paving stone area because I wasn't quite happy with it. Good afternoon, Natasha. So what I've just done is layered some more static grass around the paving stones. Cut a little bit of it off because there was too much of it. I've also added a bit more mud at the back area there because, again, not quite happy with it, but it's nearly there. I'm just fiddling without necessity. I just can't leave it alone there. I wasn't very happy with the way that the paving stones from the bridges looked, and I've also realised I've missed off a Velux roof window. So there should be a Velux window in that roof there. So I just need to sort that out. It was just bugging me today. I was thinking as soon as I get home I'm going to try and sort that window out. I just need to refer to my photographs now to find out exactly where it is. I've known about it for ages, I just keep forgetting about it. And it was never on my list of things to do. So I have just sprayed a piece of Perspex on the back, black, and I've added a frame to it. That little blob is just some glue. So I'm now just going to paint the frame black whilst I'm waiting for my computer to charge, and then we'll try and get it fitted on, and we'll move on to the next project. So yeah, I've rushed into coming online tonight, Amy, because I wanted to just make those changes quickly. There we going. Just hang on a sec while I try and find the photograph. I'm sure there's one somewhere that shows it. That's it. Right, it's up here somewhere. Evening, Wendy. There is leave. Yeah, just scroll on, mate. It's absolutely fine. Go find somebody that's talking about their boobs or something. I think I can handle myself just at the moment. Jade's not around. Evening, Beth. Evening, House Designs. Evening, Steve. I mean, you know, scroll on. There's no point being trollish just for the purpose of it. There is some shite on TikTok, there is. And if you don't like what you see, there's plenty more everywhere else. You have to thank me for the way I do my windows. Why is it not very good? I try my best. Oh, thank. Sorry there, Beth. I also like to amuse, if I can. Of course, I should have painted this window before I glued it in place, but it's looking like it's not set anyway, so maybe I need to try and just use a different glue. Nearly dipped my brush in something wholly not water like. Where's my hairdryer? Hairdryer's off limits as well. Right, that's the window kind of drying. Just going to get the vacuum cleaner. Unfortunately, it's not a Henrietta or Harriet or whoever it is that we're supposed to be using. Can't find the nozzle. Try it without the nozzle. There's my vacuum cleaner, look. Just dropped the window. Can't find the nozzle. Where's the nozzle gone? Found the nozzle. Let me go down to the shop again, just a minute. Better? From Wish, definitely. Right. Try not to knock these telephone wires off this time. And I've just succeeded in nearly losing the window. I don't know if you can see now, but now I've added that grass, the glue will dry. It's just embedded into the around the pavement a bit better. There's also some vegetation I'd missed off that bit, so that was bugging me, and now I've sorted that out. It just looked a little bit too planted on. I will. So, like I say, happier about that now. Now I've done that, I can put the tables back in place. Daisy can go and investigate. I will. I've already said hi, I think, but I can't remember. Right, let's try and get that window painted again. Yes, well, it's up to you, I suppose. I'd definitely sand it, see what it looks like when it's sanded. If not, then just give it a blast of, maybe just give it a blast of white primer. That should do a decent job. But yeah, even if it is white, I'd still paint it. It just looks a little bit more finished. But definitely sand it first either way. It just takes that sort of fake sheen off it. Base of here, that's basically insulation foam that I've covered in grout mix to give it a hard sort of plaster finish. Trees are made from sea foam and scenic foam. Sea foam is a natural grown material that you can get from model shops. It's usually about 15 quid for a box. There is a turntable underneath it, but yeah. Right, I'm just going to use this a minute. Yeah, that's a good idea, guys. Well, that's what I do. You can create nice panel effects by scouring, but again, make sure you sand it first. I use both super glue and PVA glue really. I should have done that in the first place, just being a bit impatient. This is possibly not quite wide enough to see how it looks. Might just be a trick of the light. It'll do for me there. What was I doing? Yeah, just need to glue that in place now. Oh, that'd be cool. Definitely get immersed in it, yeah. Like people have noticed, I was supposed to have finished this last night, and I've noticed a few things that are not quite right, so again, so I'm just going over it, and I will put it down and start work on the next one in a minute. I just wanted to get this Velux window in, which is most obviously missing, and I just wanted to redo that grass quickly, because like I say, the pavement looked like it had just been plunked on, which it had. Just applying that glue with a cocktail stick so it doesn't flood it. I hope that holds now. Let me just press it down with a piece of board. Thanks, Amy. Yeah, you can have a proper look in a second, Josephine. Let me just I'll just stick that down. I can hold it. Sorry, not hold it. I can just move it out of the way a minute. I was just applying some pressure without touching it. That's what I was trying to do. So let me just get some space so I can spin the thing around on its stand. It's really too big for the workbench here. So that's the kind of extent of it. It's the Dipton mill in Wrexham. So coming down close to the pub, there's the signage, the ivy growing up the side, and the roadway going off into the distance. I've just redone that side bit there, and you can just see the little Hexhamshire sign on a rock on the side of the road. There's a little gateway leading down the opposite side of the road, just framing this side of the model a bit. And then we come round. I'm sorry about the light, it's a bit harsh. That's the paving that I've just re-embedded. Oh look, Daisy's fallen over again. So this is the beer garden. There's a stream that runs through the back, a bridge that runs across back into the pub. These are all new additions. Little shed at the back, foliage, another bridge in the back corner. This is the brew house where they make their own beer. Pagoda in the back of the beer garden, pergola even, and a load of beer barrels there. A little bit of mud at the entrance. So, yes, thank you. And I'm just going to try and stick the Velux roof window back on. So it is on a little turntable, which does make life a little easier when you're trying to work around it. But this is the biggest frame I've got, biggest sort of work area. I can't say that again, I'm struggling. The biggest base I've worked on for a while. Just push that back a bit more. So just trying to, evening Kitty. So you're all going to be bored rigid when I start the next project, because it's just a flat piece of white Foamex. And it will be weeks before I get to the scenic stage. This is a piece of plastic packaging that I've repurposed. You repurposing addicts around there will be pleased to know. And I've just sprayed the underside of it black because you're not going to be able to see through it. It's going to also help me glue it onto the roof. So a spot of super glue will help me install that. I'm not going to put it on directly because I'll make a mess of it. I'm just going to dab a bit of glue from the cocktail stick on the back. I've not put enough on. Again, cheap pound shop glue because I needed some in a rush. That sets in there. And of course we need a tiny little bit of roof flashing. I feel like I've been running around. There we go, that's the roof flashing done. I am kidding, of course. Yes, I am proud of it, and it is near completion. I've just this little bit to do now without knocking that telephone wire, and then I'm done. This was technically cold finished last night, but like I say, I forgot about the roof window. It wasn't on my list of things I needed to finish, and I wasn't happy with the grass around the stones, so we did that. Just a little bit overkill, I think it was. So that's just some masking tape I've used, and I'm going to use this black wash just to tint it, tone it down a bit. And just the same with that little bit of backfill under the ridge tile. I'm just going to go over with black wash there and just take the harshness off it. Again, I just use this little black wash and just go back over some of the bits I am entering faffing around state. Lights aren't showing in the right place, are they?